Hello, so let's talk about the energies that we are in right now. We're beginning Pisces season tomorrow, and we also have a new moon in Pisces coming up. So the energy right now is very Piscean. It is dreamy, it's fantasy, it's artistic, and it's about expression and through art and whatever that means for you. So with new moons, we're thinking of creating a new beginning. A new moon is really about going within and really looking at where we're at and where we're ready to go in our next step. So Pisces is the end of the zodiac signs, and it's a lot about endings and new beginnings, and in that area of self-expression of our art. So our expression is of our art. Whether that's how we play with our children, whether that is composing music and painting the way we would traditionally think about art, or a new recipe in the kitchen. For example, I string together the bracelets, but stringing them together really isn't the art. It's about putting the different crystals together and the meanings for those. And this bracelet that I just pulled out is because I love these stones for this Piscean energy, whether it be for the new moon or for the whole month, but so that each one of us, whether we're Pisces, Leo, Virgo, Aquarius, but so that we can best harness the energy that we're in right now, thinking self-expression, okay, and really centered in our heart, of expressing our heart and those deeper layers of ourself. So I picked labradorite because it helps to bring the subconscious to the conscious for transformation, and so that we can see different parts of ourselves, so that we can have those parts illuminated for us. And then aquamarine, having the courage to express ourselves, and selenite, cleansing out all that clutter and all that thought in our mind, because normally what holds us back is thinking patterns and loops. And I like the idea of selenite and labradorite together. So labradorite will help bring things to the forefront, and selenite can help cleanse those out. So in my new book, Navigating Astrology with Crystals, for example, so here's Pisces. So we're starting in on Pisces season. And then you can come over to the next page, and it talks particularly about the new moon in Pisces and the crystals and the different things that we use. So if you're interested in following along and doing ceremonies with each moon cycle, I recommend Navigating Astrology with Crystals, and I'll drop a link for that. It's on Amazon. So for this new moon, I just want to dive in a little bit deeper. Here's my labradorite. See how reflective that is? I really suggest a neat way, I think, to start Pisces season would be to set a timer for just 5 minutes, totally doable. And I would suggest doing it first thing in the morning, but I know that's really hard for people, but I love that time because we're still in that dream state, and our parasympathetic system seems to be calmer in the morning, which helps us to get into deeper meditations. We may even remember dreams. But you know what? Whenever you can do it. I just want to throw that out there. So labradorite would be a great stone to meditate with. This would be a good stone even if you don't get out of bed yet, to hold into your hand. You could even, if you're working with the subconscious and dream work, or accessing your angels, higher consciousness, you could even lay this on your third eye or your crown chakra. And just going within and starting to connect with your breath. And don't try to control your breath. Just let your body fall into the rhythm of your breath. And just imagine as you're laying there and you're breathing for 5 minutes, there's going to be thoughts that are going to come through, and just imagine those thoughts floating by like clouds in the sky. Don't attach to the thoughts. If it's super important, it'll come back again later, right? Just imagine those thoughts floating by like clouds in the sky, because what happens is then our ego thinks, oh my gosh, this is super important. Or we may even get an intuitive hit. oh my gosh, I need to write this down or I'm going to forget it. And that's what takes us out of the meditative state. So I really encourage you, if you can, start with 5 minutes, journal afterwards, even if it's just a sentence or 2 sentences. But I'd love to see how you feel from the beginning of this journey to the end of this journey. And just reminds me, I do have the crystal journal that will really help you with like dream work, for instance, but really keeping track of those meditations. So Pisces season is it is very dreamy, and it's a magical season. Labradorite, the stone of magic. So, if we could do that, that would be really cool. Another crystal recommendation is this Amazonite. This is Russian Amazonite. It's a great stone for connecting the heart and the throat. So expressing yourself from your heart, being really authentic in what you're feeling and finding the courage to express that. Okay, so happy Piscean season, Pisces season, however you want to say that, and new moon in Pisces. And I would really love, the feedback. You can join me in my group and just leave a note. I'll post this video in there. We can leave notes underneath if we're journaling to help with accountability, or if you just want to share if you have any insights.